All right, welcome in to the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. My buddy is in the upstate. He is, I would think he'd be a happy gentleman today. I got some good news today for Mr. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, what's up, buddy? Hold on. I think you got, let's see here. You're muted. I don't know why you're muted. Hold on. It says you're muted there, Jackpot. I don't know what you did muted. There we go. You're good now. All right. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I know at the start of the last episode, you said you didn't want to talk about the Gamecock basketball team, but your both Gamecock basketball teams, did well this weekend. I mean, can we talk about them?
Belt to ass.
Yeah. I mean, you said you didn't want to talk about him, but shit, y'all went out and y'all made John Calipari look like an asshole yesterday, winning by what, 30?
Well, it's not hard to make an asshole look like an asshole. He might want to take that little ugly crimson and white checkered jacket. All right, I don't even know. They're not crimson. I don't know what their colors are. The Razorback red and white checkered jacket and hang it up somewhere because it ain't cutting it. He has a terrible record in Colonial Life Arena. Did you know we gave him his first loss as Kentucky's coach in that building back in January of 2010?
I remember that. And the crazy thing about all of that is that in that suit that he wears, he looks like he would sell you a car that doesn't have a motor in it or a spare tire. He just looks like a douche.
It looks like the Shoney's Big Boys overalls made into a sport coat.
You know what, Jackpot? That's a good reference there, buddy. Now that I think about it, that's a good thing.
So yeah, but I wasn't expecting that yesterday from the boys team. Belt to ass in a big way. And actually, I won some money on it because I figured that him to have a good game. Colin Murray Boyles for the Gamecocks, I don't know how many points he ended up having, but I bet on him to go over 25.
You cashed that.
I cashed that big time. I jacked it up because his total was set at 17. If you bet 17, it would be at minus 114, and I was at plus 300. When I jacked it up to 25, and I should have jacked it way up higher than that. Man, unbelievable.
By the way, I added tonight Jackpot, and I didn't tell you this because I didn't realize.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but that Arkansas team, they weren't terrible. I mean, they had just beat Missouri last weekend.
They got 3 projected NBA draft picks on that team, so it's not like he's running out a bunch of bums.
Did you see the thing on the message board geniuses I retweeted where one of their fans thought that maybe we loosened the rims? He said, no, it's a common practice that used by bad teams to blah, blah, blah. Buddy, y'all are 17-11. Guess what? You're a fucking bad team too.
Yeah, you're not
any good. You're not even fucking good. So, I mean, just think, if we were going to do that, why would we wait till now to do it? Okay.
Yeah, y'all should have been doing that shit game fucking 1 of the SEC instead of what are you, 2-13 in conference? I mean, let's let's give it up for the South Carolina women as they beat Kentucky today by, I think, 10 or 12 points, but they won the coin flip over number 1 Texas. So we don't argue with hardware around here. They are your SEC regular season champions.
Is that what we're doing now? Coin flips to determine the conference champ?
Well, if both of them have the same conference record and they split the season series, so the next thing after that was the coin flip.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So with that, hey. They get the number 1 seed in the tournament next weekend in Greenville. They'll play the noon tip. We don't know who they're going to play yet because, they'll figure that out. But they get the noon tip against whoever. So there's that. Clemson basketball. They went and knocked off. Who was it that they beat yesterday? I can't remember. It was some
Virginia.
Virginia, yes. Went up to Virginia and won there. The chef putting on. I'm gonna start wearing my chef hat. By God, still got that. He and Chef are just knocking people around like they're stupid. Clemson will be. They earned a double bye in the ACC tournament.
Well, I was pissed too because I thought that Virginia was. They're playing decent at one point. I think they had the lead at halftime, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They were up by like 4 at the half, and then Clemson. Clemson knocked it out of the park. So there was that game. We're going to get to the baseball series in a second, but I got to play this clip, Jackpot, because let me see if I can pull it up here really quick here without getting too silly here. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Tennessee and Alabama yesterday. It was pretty crazy. Let me see. This is a clip from the stands. Hold on. I've got a clip from the stands from that game that we're going to play here, Jackpot, that someone posted online. If you want to watch Alabama fans lose their shit worse than, when they started putting Sudafed behind the counter, this shot that they hit at the buzzer was top notch. Check this out, Jackpot, from this angle. Here comes around. Boom! Look at him walk.
Well, what's that? So Tennessee hit a walk-off shot?
A walk-off shot at the buzzer to send Alabama home. Get the fuck out of here, Nate Oaks.
Would they have lost if they had missed it, or would they win overtime?
I think I can't remember the final score, but yeah, I got to look at that. But I think that sent them to the win. That's all that matters. And Alabama were butthurt. Oh my goodness.
Our boy yesterday too, when this was over, that game was over. As I didn't even know what the hell really happened there, but okay. What the hell? I swear.
You talking about the guy who threatened me and all that stuff? We talking about that guy who was an Ohio State fan? That guy? Was he mad?
Okay, yeah, but this is weird because he sent me I don't know, maybe it was on the Robin Kell show messenger. Anyway, he sent me he just sent a message that said that Clemson, Tennessee, the ending of that game proved that George Wallace was right.
Wait, what?
Okay, well, George Wallace was the governor.
Hold on. Right, hold on. Before you say that again, this is from someone else. This is not the opinion of Cale Hall in Simpsonville, South Carolina.
So you don't. Okay, yeah. The people that don't know, for the young people, that George Wallace was a governor of Alabama back in the 60s that wanted to keep segregation. Like he wanted, black people in black schools and white people in white schools. And he made like a famous, bold statement somewhere, segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever. So like so he was saying that this was so. I mean, what's the thing? I guess what happened? A black dude hit the shot to beat Alabama. Okay.
Yeah,
there's a lot of black dudes that make shots in basketball. I don't really think that George Wallace
isn't 90% of the Alabama basketball team black? I would venture to say that's a fair statement. Maybe I'm off a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit more. But either way, he has to learn that black people play basketball at Alabama, and some of them play at Tennessee too. They play basketball everywhere. It's a sport that's all over the world, sir. What a mess that guy is. We have fucking George Wallace. Oof. Yeah.
But that message is gone now. But then the last message that he sent me is still here. But normally it'll tell you that somebody unsent a message.
Daniel says, nah, that's 4 in a row over Bama in basketball. We're used to beating their ass. You get to say that when you've won. Very good, sir. Very good. All right. So anyway, that was the big story there. We're getting down to it in the basketball world here. We are 2 weeks away from Selection Sunday, Jackpot. I mean, that is impressive. So, that we have posted over here for you guys. Our bracket challenge, of course, sponsored by Callaway's, our friends there. Spoke with Billy today, and he's like, of course I'll sponsor the bracket challenge. Look, it's very simple. You submit your bracket through our ESPN bracket, and you pay your $20, and there you go. You're good to go. That's how it works, right? So, yeah, pretty much. That's how it works. So with that, enter the Callaway's bracket challenge. There's 3 ways to send Jackpot your money. All of it right there for you. Once you send your money, then it's simple. You just enter your bracket. Whoever we do, are we doing first and second place, Jackpot? You and I haven't talked about that, but are we doing first and second place get something? We're doing like what, 90-10 split or something like that?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
All right, so a 90-10 split there.
90-10 splitter.
Yeah, so if you win the bracket challenge, that's what you get. We want to get people involved in the bracket challenge. It's very, very cool. Thanks to Callaway's for supporting us with that. All right, got to get to the baseball series, Jackpot. I'm not rubbing your nose in it because I think that Clemson could have lost yesterday. Actually, they probably could have lost Friday night. That was the game that, in my opinion, was closer. I don't think there's a lot of difference between.
Yeah, you had 2 balls Friday night that almost went out.
Right. So
in the 9th inning. So
I'm not going to sit here and say that Clemson's just such a better team than South Carolina, because I think South Carolina is going to get better as the season goes on. I think if we played this series in, I don't know, the first week of April, that it would be hard for me to say that, hey, Clemson's going to go out and take 2 out of 3. But Clemson did get the sweep. We don't argue with that. They look like now the guy Eskew that pitched for you guys through 6 innings of hellacious baseball, gave his team a chance to win, but your bullpen fell apart late and Clemson takes home the win. But 3-game sweep for the Tigers. Do you have anything good that you want to say about your baseball team there, Jackpot?
Well, I mean, I think their pitching is pretty decent. I mean, like you said, but their hitting is atrocious. I mean, you can't put any runs across eventually, and you don't have a good bullpen. I mean, eventually you're going to fall apart. It's going to make it look worse than what it really is. I don't know. And they keep – it seems like every time they get runners on, there's 2 damn outs. So that's not good.
Yeah, well, they need like timely hitting though, Jackpot. They didn't have that this weekend. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I don't know how to. Sometimes timely hitting comes in bunches, and look, Gamecock fans, there are some that are legitimately pissed. I've seen some folks on the old Twitter there that are upset with the new coach and all that. And I'm like, man, shit, y'all play 12 games. Let's just the first year.
Well, they won the first 9, so I mean, God,
let's
people are pissed at the guy already. Jesus Christ.
Well, they don't. Here's the thing. They, with a lot of them, it's all a lot about the Clemson series because the program's gotten to the point where it's not like when Ray Tanner was there.
He's not been left a real good roster.
I think that's fair too, but it's not like where it was with Ray Tanner, where, hey, we're competing for the top half of the SEC. We're trying to win the SEC, and it's more important what we do after the SEC tournament than what we do in fucking, the first week of March. And I think a lot of them I think there's a section of the fan base was like, look, if we could take this series, that would be the most awesome thing ever. And it just didn't happen. Clemson just had too much this weekend. So there you go with that. Anyway, look, I am proud of Clemson for what they did. I like Coach Package. He's doing some silly shit, though. The lining up with the bullpen. Hi, son.
I like the bug.
Dad loves the bug. Lining up.
The Robin Kale Show.
Say hi to Billy.
Hi, Billy.
Very good.
Got the Robin Kale Show.
It is the Robin Kale Show. That's Kale. He's right there. He has a
What's up, Jaden? What's going on, man?
Yeah. You don't need the headphones. You'll be good. Anyway, no, I think that getting the boy made me lose track of my thoughts here. In the end, the thing with, did you see where the bullpen where they had like the people are like right on top of these college kids warming up? Holy shit for that. I mean, that, I don't know if I like that or not. I think that's kind of, you're putting yourself into a position where some drunk ass fan is going to say something to an opposing team player, and it's just not cool. I thought it was funny they had the band in the fucking outfield. What the hell is that? I've never seen that before. But hey,
yeah, I saw they had a band at the game Friday night.
Yep. So it's
well, they were into it. The South Carolina crowd sounded dead to me this afternoon. Even when it was like a 0-0 game, sounded dead to me. I guess that's because you already know you're going to lose the series, so you just decide not to make any noise. It's kind of
look, and I thought if you would have told me at the beginning of the day, right, I would have thought, hey, South Carolina is going to get one win. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, getting a sweep in that series is hard as hell. You're going to drop one game, but hey, Clemson won both of them. They won the series. We'll go from there. Here's some comments from this. Justin says, without runners in scoring position, we're going to be in trouble, Gamecock fans. I feel bad for our starters not getting any run support. That is a fair comment, sir. I think the other Justin says, I think Ray Tanner needs to coach the Gamecock baseball team again. Well, he's no longer the athletic director, so, I mean, if he has time on his hands, but look, the guy that you
hasn't coached in 13 years.
Right.
I think he might be a little rusty. That's
well, I think that in my opinion, you need to give this new coach who's won a national title at a pressure cooker in LSU, give him a chance, for God's sake. So there's that. I'm trying to think if there was anything. Oh, Debo Samuel got traded.
Debo Samuel got traded to the Redskins for a 5th round pick.
Yeah. Oh, the Redskins Commandos. Yeah, there you go.
That's good. I was telling somebody last night, I never really wanted to pull for those San Francisco Fruit Loops. So now I don't have to.
So, yeah, there's that.
Well, now I don't have to anymore. Is he not? I mean, Debo's production dropped off that much. He's worth a 5th round pick.
Well, I think a lot of it came down like to contract money and shit like that they're going to be responsible.
Salary cap money there they were trying to get rid of.
Right. Well, like the 49ers are going to have to eat, I think it's $31 million, but the Redskins get 17 million of it onto their salary cap. I mean, that's all it is in the NFL, man, about how much you can get on the salary cap front.
You got to jiggle the pieces around
right
the right way.
Look, and Samuel, I mean, he's only been in the pros. I mean, he's only 27. I believe that's how old he is. But he's played he's had a lot of hits. You know what I'm saying? Because they put him as a do-all. You know, hey, you're going to get running back carries. You're also going to get receptions, and he took a beating. And
he plays hard, and he plays physical, and he's gotten hurt a lot. He got hurt a lot at South Carolina.
Well, but that's
remember that one season he was out almost like that one season. Like he had a couple games, like he returned a kick for a touchdown, like 2 games in a row. Then he got hurt the next week, and he didn't play again.
Well, but the reason that he's that way is because he sticks his nose, like he has no problem putting his nose in the fan. You know, when we were kids, we'd like get up close to the fan and we'd like, like Debo Samuel literally put his nose in the fan. He's that kind of a guy. He's not scared to get hit. He's really not.
I didn't do that to the fan, but I see what you do. So Jake says Jake says Jackpot, how about Cam Scattered Boo Boo? How about him? What did he do?
Well, I mean, I think he had a good combine thing, you know. I mean,
Rocket Sanders got the highest miles per hour of any running back there. 23.55 miles per hour.
Yeah, but Gamecock fans y'all aren't going to miss him. That's what I've been told. But
yeah, I mean, I know because he had a good year.
Yeah, he's a bum from what I've been told. Y'all are going to just replace him.
Nobody said he was a nobody said he was a bum because
he's being treated like a bum. Oh, we're going to replace him with X, Y, and Z, and that fourth best running back in the conference doesn't matter. We're replacing him with some schlub from Utah. It's going to be just great. So that's what I get from
State. First of all, it's not a schlub.
Well, Utah State.
His name is Rasul Faison.
All right, well, Fuzon, whatever his name is, good for him.
Futon.
Someone needs to tell him that he's expected to come in and be the fourth best rusher in the conference because that's what we've been told. So there you go. Anyway, you want to talk to the people, Jackpot? Let's bring them into this. All right, let's see what they got here.
This is the people show, after all.
It is the people show. John Cena turning heel last night. Didn't see that coming. That
what?
was interesting.
What happened?
John Cena turned heel last night at Elimination Chamber. Did you catch that? You didn't, but
no. What I heard about what? No, tell me about this.
So he was wrestling in the Elimination Chamber. He got the win in the Elimination Chamber. He over CM Punk, made CM Punk pass out to the STF. Once that ended, Cody Rhodes came out and was supposed to tell The Rock, if he was going to be his corporate champion or not. The Rock comes out and asks him, hey, you're going to be the corporate champ. Cody Rhodes tells him to go fuck himself. Literally. It's the first time I've ever heard that on a WWE program. He literally he says, Rock, you can go fuck yourself. I was like, whoa, holy shit. Because, we've never heard that, right? And then
you never heard his dad say that.
No,
you can go fuck yourself, baby.
Anyway, he goes to hug Cena. Cena gives him the low blow, and then they beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes. And now Cena is the quote unquote bad guy now.
Is he the corporate champion?
Here's the crazy thing though.
He's not a champion.
He's the corporate champion. He's Rock's champion. Okay, is what the story.
Do you remember when The Rock became the corporate champion when he swerved Mankind at Survivor Series 1998, and they put Mankind in the sharpshooter and said that he tapped out, and they did like a remake of the Montreal thing, and you remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do remember that.
So they're trying to.
Well,
I mean, does that really have any? I mean, does it have any real meaning anymore though? Just John Cena doesn't wrestle full time.
Well, I know, but Cena's supposed to be wrestling. This is like his last year or whatever, and they finally turned him heel. But
he was a heel when he first started. The first couple of years, he was a heel.
Yeah, but they went away from it. But look, here's the crazy part. Like, I read about this earlier today, and it kind of bugged me. So Cena comes in, they go to ask him questions at the post-game thing or whatever. He just drops the microphone and left, right? And then The Rock comes in, and he sits down and says, "Hello, I'm Dwayne. I'm playing the role of the final boss." Get the fuck out of here with that. You're taking it all away from us, man. What are you doing? I mean, like, I'm sure Jim Cornette would have just shot him in the face for that. "Hello, I'm Dwayne. I'm playing the role of the final boss." Get out of here with that bullshit. Took away from everything that you did. What an asshole that was.
No, but Cena was a bad guy when he was doing the Thugonomics gimmick at first, and then, like, I think the fans kind of like turned him into a babyface, didn't they?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, he kept getting more cheers than anything, so they just went ahead and.
Well, it's gonna test how big of a babyface Cody Rhodes is, because people are so tuned into, like, they just love John Cena, and now Cena's gonna have to be over the top, evil, bad guy motherfucker in limited appearances, because I'm sure he's all over the place filming movies and everything else. So they're gonna have to figure that out in 45 days to make Cena just this despicable human being, to get Cody Rhodes some sympathy, because I think people are going to cheer John Cena regardless. But I don't know. We'll see. All right, look, let's bring in the people here. There is your link if you would like to join the show. There's that. Also, I'm putting in the link to join the Pick'em Challenge. Let's see if I can put this over here for you. In the Pick'em Challenge. Yes, Pick'em Challenge. You want to join that?
Billy says I'm old enough to remember Wahoo McDaniels. That ain't old. I remember Wahoo.
Yeah. Billy probably remember when he was like wrestling though, because Billy's old. Billy is our defending champion for that. For the bracket challenge jackpot. He is the defending champion. I referred to him as Old Man Billy when I did the stuff on the website. So anyway, Billy says Billy doesn't like our wrestling talk. That's okay, Billy. Anyway.
Oh my God, this just shows you the age gap here on the show. Rob has SEC bias. Says I hated Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase as a kid. Okay, well, I hated Ted DiBiase when I was a kid, but he's talking about Ted DiBiase's son.
Ted DiBiase Jr. We're talking about, you and I hated Ted DiBiase.
I'm talking about the $1 Million Man.
Billy, if you didn't get your T-shirt, email me and I'll make sure you get it.
Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
The bit that I'll remember for the rest of my life was he told the little kid, like, if you dribble that basketball 15 times, I'll give you whatever, $1,000. And the kid dribbled and got up to 13, 14, then he kicked the basketball in the front of that live crowd. Those people were losing their fucking minds. They were saying he hated him so much. Oh, goodness. What a mess. All right, let's bring in our defending bracket challenge winner, Billy. Billy, how the hell are you, sir?
Hey, guys.
Good to see you. Why don't you pull your microphone down so we can hear you?
There you go.
Much better.
Oh, how are we doing this evening?
Man, fantastic.
So let's let's put this Alabama game in perspective. With no trolling. There's 3.6 seconds left. Alabama has led basically the whole game. I think Tennessee led briefly for a couple of minutes. They come out of a timeout with 3.6 seconds inbounding the ball. They've got 2 timeouts left, and the dumbass gets a 5-second call. They turn the ball over to Tennessee. Oates didn't call a timeout. None of the assistant coaches called timeout. None of the Bama players called timeout. They just turned it over.
So I have to let me check in there for a second. I've got about 3 Alabama fans that are in this group chat that I'm in that are like, they, everything with them is Crimson Tide good, everyone else bad.
Oh yeah.
All 3 of them at the same time message me, how long do you have to throw the ball inbounds in basketball?
5 seconds. Now let me back up.
They don't know the game. They don't know the game of hoops. They have no
Hold
clue.
Hold on. Any elementary school. I coached high school, junior high, down in Florida.
Sure.
Anytime you come out of a timeout, forget the lights up on the wall that shows you how many timeouts. The coaches are telling you got 2 timeouts. Don't turn it over. Don't get a 5-second call. You got 2 timeouts. And lo and behold, at 3 seconds, why didn't Oates jump up and call timeout? Or anybody call timeout?
Right.
They did. And Oates he said this is on him. He blew that. And what's funny though is if you go watch the video, and I didn't see it till today till somebody mentioned it. When Meshack is bringing the ball down, Tennessee player that ultimately shot that lucky three, it was a 35-footer. Let's be honest. Barnes on the side and players are on the side are screaming up and down, yelling timeout, timeout, and Meshack didn't see it and he shot the ball anyway. So, but that put Tennessee, according to Joe Lunardi, as a 1 seed now in one of the regions. So, but you can go see it on YouTube. I mean, it's just, I sit here, my mouth dropped. You got to be kidding me. To get a 5-second,
brother. I played the clip of the guy shooting the shot. I didn't have the dumbass play where the guy just didn't throw the ball in. So there's that too.
Oh yeah, they come out of Alabama comes out of a timeout, and they've been told players you got 2 minutes. 2 timeouts, and he a 5-second call. Now the Bama fans, if you go to their website. They're claiming it was, what's this term, home cooking Tennessee refs, like the Tennessees are employed by university. They only counted to 4 seconds. Dumbasses.
I don't know. They were pretty. There's some of them that are pretty pissy. Let's just leave it at that.
But it's they'll meet again, and I'm still going on the book of accountability here. Although somebody in the comments. South Carolina men's team will be in the NIT, and I've got them in the finals. Bucket.
Billy, look,
bucket.
You think they're? I don't think. I think that. I don't think that they'll accept an NIT bid when they've won, 12 games?
No,
I don't think they would be offered. Well, they're going to have a losing record.
They will be.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. I'm not doubting you, Billy. Can you go to the NIT with a losing record?
Let me answer something here. I pinned a message before I forget. C-Dog joins the program tonight. He says, "What's up, Jackpot? I tried Utz chips for the first time tonight." C-Dog, where you been, bro? They were great. I got the hot honey flavor. Isn't that the company you work for? Yes, I am an industry distributor of Utz potato chips. The Mike's Hot Honeys are delicious. That's a very underrated chip. We introduced it about 2 years ago, and there's been a big push on it to try to sell more of it, but it just hasn't caught on for some reason. But that's a really good potato chip. That's one of my top 5 favorites that we have, behind honey barbecue, dill pickle, the cheddar sour cream, the regular ripple, and then probably would be the Michael's Hot Honey.
I'm trying to look,
but I appreciate that. We appreciate the business, sir.
I like the hot honey one too. The hot honey is really good.
I almost bought a bag of Utz the other day.
The hot honey is where it's at. That's no cap.
I almost bought a bag of chips the other day, but I threw it back. 2/3 of it was air.
Hey! Shut up. No one wants to hear that. This thing's being silly. All right, there you go. So I'm looking at this bracket here, and let's see here. Last year, LSU got in at 17-15. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if there's any other teams that went in with a. I mean, because let's just be honest. South Carolina is. I mean, what's your record, Jackpot? You're what, 12-16, something like that?
12-16, 17, something like that. But I mean, hell, South Carolina's going to be better than half those damn teams that are going to get into it. I mean, with the, All right.
So Xavier got in at 16-17.
I'm telling you,
who would you rather see? Who would you rather see, us or Quinnipiac?
What?
I'm not saying that, like, they're the teams that were in it last year. I mean, these are teams that you've heard of. Indiana State. I mean, Larry Bird played there. SMU, Butler, Minnesota, Bradley, Loyola, Chicago. They were in the Final Four, not too long ago. Cincinnati, San Francisco, Nova, VCU, UCF, South Florida. I mean, UC Irvine, I guess that's kind of a reach there.
But those are the Anteaters, I believe.
The Anteaters, very good. But I mean, you've got.
Does Loyola or Chicago still have that old hag? Or
come on, Jackpot.
He called her an old hag.
That old hag.
It's Sunday.
Is she still there?
I mean, are you asking if she's still alive?
Or was she replaced, or I don't know.
No, she's still there. Let's see here. She is.
COVID didn't get her, did it?
No, she's
just asked.
No, she's 105 years old. Jackpot. Way to pick on a 105-year-old nun. Oh shit!
Papers.
You just called a 105-year-old nun a hag. What is wrong with you,
That's
Jack?
a term of endearment.
Hag is not a term of endearment.
Like when I call that dude a milk dud.
Oh, hey, we still got the SEC tournament, too. South Carolina could do something in the tournament.
I don't know about that.
Jackpot called her a hag.
She died? Oh, God. Tiger Red Devil
said she did not die.
Who did? He said she passed. He ain't talking about she passed a kidney stone. He's talking about she passed away.
Right now. Okay. According to Wikipedia, she is still alive.
Okay, cool.
At 105 years old. So at least she didn't make fun of a dead 105-year-old nun. So there you go. Welcome into the show, Peckerhead.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Billy, congratulations on your buzzer beater, but I'm telling you, y'all missed a golden opportunity to throw the rims into the river. You should have done it. Somebody had to have been able to sneak a screwdriver.
We didn't even storm the floor, so.
Well, I think that more so has to do with they're probably putting up, kind of like that, video of the Missouri coach begging their fans not to storm after they beat, was it Texas? I think it's something to do with that.
Peckerhead, you keep asking about who Tennessee's got.
Is Missouri broke?
Well, I think the thing is the basketball. I'm not 100% sure if this is true, but I want to say the money might come from the department. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this guy. I'm just going to keep.
Make sure you get the whole force.
Look,
yeah, you're right, Rob.
Look at that janitor mopping them school floors.
That's probably the first time those floors have been swept this year.
Getting them ready. He's getting ready for the freshmen tomorrow morning. Thank you. Good job.
Shit, that's really good, sir. Very good.
What's the time level? How you doing?
All right, so when we have this many folks in here, let's not talk over each other, all right? Because that makes it sound silly. So
hear that, Peckerhead?
Okay, Dad.
You're welcome, sir. Anyway, go ahead, Peckerhead. Finish your thought there, sir.
That was just mind blowing what I just saw. I'm at a loss for words, and I don't even remember what I was just saying.
What can you say?
Just move it on. Tiger or Billy. I think Billy might have been saying something.
No. Oh, you was asking me a couple weeks ago who's Tennessee got as running backs. I was just looking at the depth chart. They just picked up some guy named Star Thomas, Duke's top running back. He's third on the depth chart.
Okay.
I'd be concerned that someone like
portal?
Star might have a little sugar in your tank.
Yeah, and I think he had about 1,000 yards. The stop quarterback is Peyton Lewis. So
is he
right.
Is he the only returning guy coming in? That's not.
No. Okay. We've got Peyton Lewis and what's this other kid's name? Deshaun Bishop.
Is there any? While I got you here, is there any experience coming back at wide receiver? Because I know a couple of them left. Who's coming back?
Brazil's back.
Matthew,
yeah.
Okay.
But bigger than that is, did you see ESPN's preseason pick, which has got me baffled, and I'm sure it'll have you baffled? ESPN's preseason top 25.
I don't know. What was it?
Got them at 6.
Who, Tennessee?
That got me baffled too.
Yeah,
that's high.
What's even more baffling is they got Tennessee, South Carolina at 16.
I'm not mad at 16 for Carolina. I think that's probably where we need to be. 15, 16.
Oh, it'll be all right.
I think that's a good spot for us. I was telling Rob earlier, I hope we don't draw that top 10 preseason. I've just seen so many teams fail expectations, getting that preseason top 10 ranking. I don't want us to be the next one.
Well,
we're playing one of them in week 1.
Well, just to let you know, the sentiment here around East Tennessee up in the mountains is when we open up against Syracuse on August 30th in Atlanta and Nico don't shine, they're going to be burning the houses down up here.
Well, who's going to be because you had Dylan Sampson. Is it strictly Nico who has to be the step-up player this year? Is there anyone else who's going to be like a Dylan Sampson? Or?
Nah, they got, they're primarily running games, so.
Yeah. So you think the run? Okay. How did y'all lose anything on the O-line? I know LSU.
They're rebuilding. Yeah, they're rebuilding. This Peyton Lewis kid had, I think, right at 100 yards against Ohio State, filling in for Dylan Sampson. So
that will do the job.
And I think he had almost 500 yards in the season backing up Sampson, so he'll be all right.
Hey, Rob, by the way, there's a funny video, if you can find it. Torricelli Simpkins, Rich Eisen simulcast is out. They did it on ESPN. It's hilarious. He actually dusted Rich Eisen.
Let me start with Jackpot on this, since you got the 2 big games there with Syracuse playing Tennessee and Virginia Tech playing South Carolina. Which ACC team has the better opportunity at an upset, Jackpot, in your opinion? Take off your goggles there. If you had to pick one of them to say, hey, I would bet, I don't know, $50, this team has the best shot at an upset, which one would you go with?
Where's that game at? Virginia, Syracuse, and
Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta. Same thing as the Gamecocks game. So it's a neutral site game. You got 2 neutral site games there.
Probably Virginia Tech. Because they got an experienced quarterback coming back, and we've got some holes in the defense that are going to have to be shored up. They might not be shored up week 1, so I think Syracuse just lost too much. They lost their quarterback. Lost some receiver talent, running back too. I think I don't know that they're going to be real good. So
right.
Kyron Drones is still at Virginia Tech?
Yes.
Okay. He kind of shit the bed this past year, though, too.
I'm not saying – look, I think that both South Carolina and Tennessee will win. So let's make sure that we put that out there. But I'm just saying if we had to pick one that could get the upset there, which one would you go with? I think Syracuse has lost too much. At exactly what Jackpot said. I think they lost.
I don't even know that.
Like 14 starters, I think is what they lost.
I think Virginia Tech's bringing back a decent amount. And then when you're somebody like Drones who had a shitty year, when you're expected to do a lot, and then you come back or don't transfer out, you come back. I think he's he's in the mindset of, hey, I got to atone for last year.
Right.
Tech lost their whole defense, Jackpot. They lost their whole defense. I think the talent gap.
It was shitty too. I mean, wasn't it? Or
I think the talent gap between Tennessee, Syracuse, South Carolina, Virginia Tech. I think South Carolina has a way better talent gap than Virginia Tech, Tennessee, or Syracuse.
Did you say their running back at the NFL Combine? He ran like some kind of insane shit. This Tootin.
He's gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I know he was at the NFL Combine, and he ran some kind of insane 40 time or something. So, I realize he's a pretty impactful player there.
I don't think you guys have any issue with Virginia Tech. None. I hate to say that, but
I think that they'll both win comfortably, but as far as if I had to pick one, I mean, it'd be hard for me to pick Syracuse simply because new quarterback, back end of their defense is gone, 2 linebackers gone. I mean, they're losing a shit ton. And not that, I mean, every team has questions across the board. I still don't know who the Clemson running back's going to be. So,
Well, them Virginia Tech, like the 40 and 50-year-old fans, they're going to be crying their eyes out when they see old Frank donning that Gamecock blazer in Atlanta. Because Frank's got to be there.
He'll do that. I don't think he'll do that.
I bet he will. He's worn one every Carolina game he's gone to. He's worn Carolina gear.
But they haven't played Virginia Tech yet, though. I mean, I don't think he would do that.
I bet he supports his son. I bet he wears it. I think that put that on the bookshelf. Put it on the bookshelf.
He could just go and wear a plain maroon colored blazer because both their maroon are the same.
That's cheap.
I think he would. He's probably going to wear a white.
Or it's pretty.
I think that's what he'll go with, a white.
So we're down to what Frank Beamer's going to wear at.
Well, no, it's just it's. Don't you think that's just, wouldn't you feel bad if Phil Fulmer went to Alabama and his son was coaching there and he wore an Alabama shirt? You Tennessee
He might just come in a fucking thong and say, "Hey, bitches, I'm neutral. Look at me. Here's my turkey waddle."
Shit. I don't know about all that, but hey, that's I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway, I thought we could talk about, but I mean, we'll see. We got plenty of time. I'm not talking about the thong.
Yeah, but it would be funny if he just showed up rocking the Gamecocks blazer. I think that would be an immediate morale killer. That lunch pail defense wouldn't be hitting the same. Which, by the way, is there a goofier tradition in college football than just toting a lunch pail?
Respectfully,
the turnover chain comes to mind.
Miami.
I think somebody had like a turnover chainsaw or something.
Somebody had a turnover. I think it was Tulane had a turnover pencil one year.
A turnover pencil.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing with the lunchbox. I interviewed the young man that took care of that lunchbox that year at ACC kickoff, and he talked about the pride that goes in with that, and I mean, it is a big, huge deal, and that's how those coaches motivate those young men to play.
They put pieces of sod in there from every team's field that they beat.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like I got a picture of standing there with the lunchbox with him, and I was like, "Can I hold the lunchbox?" And he literally looked at me and said, "No." And it was sincere. He didn't want anybody touching that damn lunchbox.
You don't deserve it.
Well, no, it's just an issue of he was responsible for it, and there's a level of passion there, and he didn't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry dealing with this lunchbox, and it looks like it's gone to the coal mine and been buried for years. I mean, it is I got the pictures of that somewhere. I'll post
it would have been a funny as hell move if he'd have let you hold it. You took it and unbuckled it real quick and dumped all that shit out and said, "Fuck you, hokey boy." And threw it down on the ground and ran away.
Or if I picked up older than football, that would have been bad too. I don't
Yeah,
want
that
Yeah, I mean,
that lunchbox went to the racetrack when they played Tennessee that time.
Oh, I did. I didn't know
They
that.
played at a racetrack. Which track?
They played at a racetrack. Tennessee was the 2016 NASCAR college football champions.
There you go.
Right.
That's a trivia question too. That's a trivia question too for you, Peckerhead. What's the largest football game ever watched?
The largest football game ever watched.
It was Tennessee, Virginia Tech up there at that NASCAR track in Bristol, Tennessee.
Is that where the other one was played that they were just talking about too?
No, it's the only one that was played.
Oh, so that's the same one. Okay.
Bristol is half Virginia, half Tennessee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's interesting. They're kind of like the Carowinds of
there you go.
Carowinds of college football, right there.
There'll never be another NASCAR champion. There's only one.
I'm sure maybe Carolina and Clemson could get Darlington in the motion. Maybe
I like going to Darlington. I'm not much into the NASCAR stuff, but Darlington's really cool.
I remember going with my dad. I do know it's one of the hardest, if not the hardest, track on the circuit.
It's pretty cool.
I think they've gone from Bojangles to Cookout. I don't know what they're at now. They just keep switching the name every.
If you've never been to a NASCAR race, I've been to Talladega. It's the only one. It's unbelievable. It's like a state fair, a college football game, all rolled into one. You know, it's unbelievable.
Richmond. So
do you? Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talladega was something else.
Well, was there I got the Clemson and a Tennessee man. Were there any combine warriors for either of your respective teams? Because the Carolina Gamecocks kind of had a bowling out a statement at the combine. If you
I pulled up YouTube, and once I seen the South Carolina, these two goobers, their title of their video was South Carolina owns the combine. I didn't even look. I said, well, we don't.
Yeah.
Well, listen to this.
It's down to what we're doing at the combine.
Well, hold up, Billy. Hold up. I got an advanced statistic for you. All right. Listen to this. So there is I don't even want to misquote it. I'm going to get it exactly right for you, Billy, because I know you're a man of detail. Okay.
Yes.
There's a metric. It's the relative athletic score. All right. It goes all the way. It doesn't go all the way back, but there's data going all the way back to the 80s for it. All right. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Nick Emanwari would have scored a perfect hit. First off, he would have had, I think it was maybe the best. I'm going to get this detail wrong, so don't hold me to account. All right. It might have been I think it was the best athletic score they've ever seen. And he would have had a perfect score based off of those combine results at not only at safety, but at DB, linebacker, running back, and wide receiver. I mean, he's just basically they compared it to they showed his stats as well as Derwin James, which I don't know if you watch much NFL.
No.
But he's just know he's like the most athletic safety in the NFL right now. I know Kale can attest to that. He watches NFL, so will TRD. He's a Bears fan. But he's more athletic than Derwin James and bigger than Cam Chancellor. It's something like the safety position hasn't seen. They're calling him the DK Metcalf of defense.
Okay.
I don't know if that I probably didn't even do it justice how good he did. Yeah. I think he set the record for broad jump.
No, I've seen all that podcast. Those two South Carolina guys talking about South Carolina dominating.
What South Carolina guys?
You'll just have to look it up.
I don't know. It's two guys. They've got some podcasts. South Carolina Gamecocks dominate, and I'm thinking to myself, well, have we wasted talent there the past couple of years if we're dominating the NFL combines or?
That's a good point. That is a good point.
I mean, that being said, I mean, going 9-3 and barely missing the playoffs isn't exactly wasting.
Well, yeah, that's what Spurrier talked about Saban. He had all these number one classes, but he only won how many rings? Spurrier said Saban was wasting talent then if he's only had all these number one recruiting classes, but only won 3 or 4.
Well, speaking of Spurrier, did y'all see Spurrier Jr. got hired at Florida?
Really?
Yeah, I forget what he's coaching, but it's a position group. He's actually.
I wonder how he got on there.
Yeah.
A little nepotism hire for you.
Daddy's name again.
Yeah, who knows if he'll be good. I want to say it might be like linebackers. It's something not that important, but I want to say he is actually coaching a position group. Look at that hound right there, by the way.
Hey,
Rob or Kale, if somebody else wanting in, just drop me out or let me know.
Hey, have you ever fed your dog Utz?
No.
Oh yeah.
What's their favorite flavor?
Well, I don't know. They ate all of them equally well.
That's fair. That's fair.
They haven't told me. But I like the Whipples. We like the Ripples.
Well, who are they? Well, I got you on. I know you're my resident Jets fan. Who are y'all looking at taking in the draft? Or are y'all going to get a quarterback in free agency? I know you're letting Rodgers walk. Who's the quarterback of the future in New York?
Hell, I don't know.
You just checked out of the Jets as of late?
That I haven't given them a second thought here in a while. So hell, I don't know.
I don't blame you. They've opened your mouth up and shoved their foot down it for years. And personally, I don't think you deserve it.
They're dog shit. I mean, they really
What's
are.
the Saints
Now, I'm
doing with
hoping that maybe they could
Rattler?
make a wild card or something at some point. When's the last time? Yeah, they haven't made the playoffs.
Offensive animals, okay. So not a position group.
It's like 2003 or something.
I think no. Oh, well, the last one they went to, I think, was with Mark Sanchez, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
And I want to say they might have even won a game that year. So it might have been like 2008.
Oh, okay. That's still a long time ago.
I think it was the year Brady tore his ACL. Y'all might have won the division, and y'all made the playoffs. But I could be wrong about that.
What's the Saints doing with Rattler?
Oh, they're actually. It's funny you say that, Billy. They're coming out and saying they're really excited. They think he might be QB1 next year.
Well, they're keeping Carr though. They're keeping Carr.
Didn't Carr just sign a big contract?
Well, Kirk Cousins signed a big contract. He got replaced by Penix. You know.
Mm.
This is exactly what it says. This was from NFL Rookie Watch. It says, and I quote, Spencer Rattler is reportedly gaining significant steam to become the Saints' full-time QB1 next season. That's from NFL Rookie Watch. So take that source for whatever you want, but that's just what I heard as far as Rattler goes. Which it can't be that hard to replace Derek Carr. I mean, he's
they just gave him big bucks.
Well, like I said, they paid Kirk Cousins. He's getting replaced. I mean, they're paying these guys and then going and getting their replacement in the same year. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of one of those situations.
Yeah, so I did hear that some people felt like Justin Fields might end up being the starting quarterback in New Orleans next year, and Carr might end up in New York with the Jets.
You know, I can't believe Justin Fields went in the NFL and is doing as good as he's doing. I mean, he couldn't play at Georgia. I mean, he was terrible fake punt returner.
Well, he ain't doing that good. He's getting benched at two teams.
Is he on the field?
He didn't start over Russell Wilson.
Man, well, he has an NFL contract and he's been starting. He's
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he is a top 1%er. To be fair, if you're in there for that long, you're a top 1%er. But relatively, he hadn't done that good compared to other quarterbacks.
How old is he? Like 45? Russell Wilson. He's old as shit.
Mid-30s, probably.
I don't know. Too old to be playing.
He's got some juice left in him. Come on now.
He was. I don't know. He was. I know he was quarterback for NC State when South Carolina played him in like 2008 or something.
Good question from R over here in the comment. Where's Rooster been?
I don't know. I called him. He didn't answer the phone. He didn't even call me back. So I don't know what the deal is with Rooster.
Well, the last video I seen him do, him and his wife were going at it, and he just turned it off. I mean, I don't know if that means anything, but that was the last And I hope anybody going and I emailed or sent Kale a message.
I think he moved into a new house or something, and I think it was having some shitty internet or something.
Yeah,
a connection was bad.
All you people on the Slob Olympics, take a moment for BVD. Moment of silence for BVD, because I think he was going on this or had planned to.
Are the Slob Olympics now?
It's coming up. They're going on a cruise, aren't they, Cal?
Yeah, we're leaving on Friday afternoon.
Oh, you're going, Cal?
Okay.
Yep.
Where's it floating out to?
This Friday, right, Jackpot?
Yeah, Friday afternoon at 3:30. The ship's leaving from Florida, heading to the Bahamas.
Hell yeah! What stops are you going to make?
Nice.
Just the Bahamas. We're going to be in the Bahamas all day on Saturday, and then Sunday we're at sea all day long, and then Monday we're back home.
Hey, so I know the big boy's going to be firing them bets away in international waters. I know it. Hey, make sure you know what you got to do, Kale. Make sure you sign up for all the legal betting websites that you haven't yet and take advantage of the sign-in bonuses. Man, you can make a killing off them sign-in bonuses. There's websites that compile all of them.
Come here.
You'll get tons of free bets. If y'all are ever, that goes for all of y'all. If y'all are ever somewhere where it's legal, sign up for the legal websites. Some of them will give you like $250 on a free bet.
No.
Kentucky Blue Balls. No, sir, I'm not. I don't have that kind of money, sir. I'm a disabled vet.
Hey, old man, some people retire on cruise ships, Billy. You could probably
God bless you for it, Billy. God bless you for it. I'm a vet as well.
Yeah, I did 23 total years active duty.
Damn. I only get 4. So.
Yeah. Well, Jackpot, you're going to be. So, are you driving down to Florida? Or are you going to fly down?
We're going to go Thursday evening. We're driving down to Brunswick, Georgia. We're going to stay the night there, and then we're getting up on Friday, and then we'll head on down to the port.
So are y'all taking the streams off from the?
No, it's Port Canaveral.
Okay. Are y'all going to be streaming
down below Daytona?
No, we're gonna do a stream on Wednesday. I don't know. I mean, if Jackpot has to.
No, yeah, I won't be able to do it on Sunday. I'm not going to have any internet.
No, on Sunday, I will do a show myself on Sunday. So there's that. I'm definitely gonna do a show on Sunday. That's as real as we can get there. So.
What do y'all? Are you going to win the Slav Olympics? What's the plus minus on old Kale Hall taking?
No, we're doing it. It's teams.
Okay.
We're doing it teams. There's going to be a Uncle Lou team and a Pigskin Pete team, and you get picked. So they go back and forth and pick people. I'll probably get picked last, like I used to in dodgeball. That's fine. Because I was a star at dodgeball, so whatever team picked me up, they got a steal.
If Pigskin Pete doesn't pick you, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just making sure I'm throwing that out there now. Pigskin Pete needs to pick Jackpot for his team, or I'm gonna act like a 5-year-old. Just saying, lose my shit. No offense.
Lose my shit.
Lose my fucking mind, motherfuckers. Jackpot needs to be on Pigskin Pete's team. So. Rex says you can use his internet. I don't know what that means, but hey, if look, Jackpot can check in whenever he wants. I don't know how he's.
Yeah, hey, if the man wants to just enjoy his cruise,
I'm spending my money on the drinking.
I was about to say, if the man wants to enjoy his cruise, I'm all for that. Take the days off.
I tell you right now, everybody should get up to the salad bar before the shrimp go away, because.
Shit, Jackpot's gonna be at the omelet bar. He's gonna be at the omelet bar, the ice cream station. He's gonna be making the rounds like I would. I know that man, Kale.
Oh man, over here in the comments, Blake hurt my heart.
What'd he say?
He says, "Damn, Blake saw as many active duty years as I've been alive." Well, I'll be damned.
No, that means he's proud of you.
Well, no, that's why we talk about the age difference on this show. We were talking about it earlier with people talking about Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, that was me, and I did hate them. Ted DiBiase Jr., Cody Rhodes, fucking hated them. MVP.
Don't start talking about wrestling again.
Yeah, hated all of them.
MVP.
Yeah, I hated MVP. He was, in my opinion, he was a good heel because I hated him like as a kid. So I could go down that road forever.
I thought he was a baby.
When my daughter was 8 and my other son was 5, I had to break them up from fighting in the backyard. They were going to blows. The young one was telling it it's real, and my daughter was telling it's not real, idiot. And they were going to blows.
Well, it's scripted.
Right.
It's not fake. That's the disconnect. They some of them, them chair shots. Them chair shots are real. They really be bending steel chairs.
They're definitely athletic, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, and most of them are roided up anyway. So, but I digress. We don't got to talk about wrestling. Billy, do you think Tennessee is going to hold up to the number 6 preseason ranking? And where'd they have Clemson? Did you see Clemson in that?
11th.
To be honest, no.
That's way too low.
I'll tell you after the Syracuse game.
Well, that coach is going to be playing for a shower, Billy. I mean, there ain't higher stakes than that. Their coach does not shower if he loses.
Who's this?
The Syracuse head coach.
Oh,
Fran Clown.
Yep. If his team loses, he does not shower until they win.
I got you, Dabo.
Well, I think it's August 30th. It's the Aflac opening season game.
Hopefully, John Hopeful's not carrying a 6-pack of Dial soap with him.
Hey, Bo, are there any good week 0 games? Have you done any research on that?
Yeah, they're looking at. That's
Uncle Lou did one last.
Alabama's playing Florida State. Michigan and Ohio State Texas and Ohio State are playing at Ohio State.
Shit. That's 2 really good games. And that's another thing that brings me to.
I think Miami's playing Notre Dame also.
Lou did a good video last week on
those
top
are really good
games
games
opening.
I mean, Alabama and Florida State's kind of a shitter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think as quick as Florida State can be terrible, they can, without they use the portal, they can be just as good in the same amount of time. You know what I mean?
I don't.
They're not gonna be what they were in 2020. So they don't have a quarterback.
I don't think they'll be that good. I think they'll probably get around 7-8 wins, though. I mean, they're not going to be a 2-win team.
Well, they have the Boston College quarterback.
Yeah, they got who was it? I forget his name. Castellanos. Yeah.
Castellanos. Well, if they do get 7 wins, they'll be the most improved team in the country. You believe that's going to happen?
The thing is, they're having complete roster turnover each year.
Yep.
So, I mean, you look at Indiana, it's the same thing Kurt Cignetti did. He brought in 40, 50 transfers when he came in, and
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, because those were all first year because they are all coming from James Madison. But that's not sustainable for these teams.
No, it's not sustainable. That's why I'm saying it's like 2 wins.
And eventually, this living through the portal like this is actually going to bite some of these fuckers in the ass. I can't wait to see it bite Lane Kiffin in the ass because one of these years he's not gonna evaluate well in the portal, and he's gonna be fucked.
Well, the thing that's helped Kiffin is,
and I'm here.
The thing that's helped Kiffin is he hasn't had to replace his quarterback in a little bit. Once he has to replace Dart, that's when we're gonna see what it is. But that's what I was talking about. It's not sustainable, but that's what I mean when I say it's going to be fluctuating. I think they can.
Did y'all see that Dart's younger brother? He's like an 8th or 9th grader or something. He got an offer from Ole Miss, and his name is it's like Turbo Dart or something crazy.
How old is he?
He's in 8th or 9th grade, I think.
8th grade.
What about Turbo Dart? That's outstanding.
That's ridiculous. You're hiring someone in 8th grade. Oh
Rob, pull up the 2025 schedule, week 1 or week 0.
Oklahoma's playing Michigan and week 2.
Yeah, go down through them. There's some good games.
Yeah, did y'all see it? I don't know if y'all have got an opinion on it, but Oklahoma, I think, if my knowledge is correct, hired the first GM in college football history. What do y'all got any thoughts on that?
I have no thoughts.
I thought Chapel Bill had done that.
He was apparently I think Matthew said he used to be like the head of the Super Bowl. I don't know what that means, but maybe Matthew will probably Matthew will probably comment and give us some more knowledge. I can't speak too much on it, but I think
I thought Chapel Bill had a general manager.
Did they?
And isn't Andrew Luck like the general manager for Stanford football?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then I misspoke. Yeah, clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. But they did hire someone who it was all over my news, which I never get Oklahoma news, so I figured it was a big deal. But
that's because Oklahoma doesn't have internet. They're Okies.
Oh, so everybody else gets their stuff.
Only person in Oklahoma has internet is JR.
Yeah, JR has internet. The rest of them don't.
The Senior Bowl. He's the head of the Senior Bowl. Okay, thank you for clearing that up.
That's not super.
He helped run the Super Bowl, he said us.
I'm going to give you some of the games here, all right? I guess this is week 0. You got Stanford and Hawaii. Here's the best game. Kansas State and Iowa State in Dublin.
Oh, I thought y'all said we had good games in week 0.
Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, and Western Kentucky.
I'm sick and tired of these Dublin games, too. That shit's bullshit. College football needs to be played on American soil where it was invented.
They're not going to. That's a huge moneymaker.
A lot of money. A lot of money.
How much are they paying for the tickets there? I mean, they don't pay much for the soccer tickets.
I don't know.
Let's listen to Rob tell us the games.
Yeah. All right, so
Rob,
I'm running down the rest of them here, buddy. That's what I'm trying to
tell
do.
Peckerhead to hush.
Well, you just told him. There's no need in dogpiling the guy. Calm down. It's okay, Billy. Somebody give Billy his pills.
Suck on the caramel.
Thursday, August the 28th, you've got Nebraska and Cincinnati at Arrowhead. East Carolina and NC State. Remember, they played in a bowl game and fought. That's going to be.
They get in a fight every time they play.
Yeah, tickets for that game are going at $113. People think they're going to go watch a UFC fight there.
Where's this game at?
It's at Carter Finley, so it's at in Raleigh. NC State wouldn't go to fucking East Carolina. They're pussies.
They did like 2 years ago.
I don't remember that. You're probably right. I'm trying to look for the really good games here. App State and Charlotte on the 29th, just because
you said really good.
Yeah. All right. So Saturday, August 30th, Alabama and Florida State in Tallahassee. Tickets are $410 if you want to go.
$410
$410 if you want to go. That's what ESPN says right here.
You've also got the playoff games for a fourth of that.
For a 2-10 team.
Telling you, Alabama is an early 8-point favorite in that matchup. Auburn and Baylor play in Waco. That tickets are $90 for that. Auburn's a 1.5-point favorite there.
Baylor man says we have high expectations for the Bears as well, so I figured I'd chime in for that. Take me over.
Yeah.
Well, high expectations, but you're an underdog at home to fucking Hugh Freeze. Then you got Clemson at home with LSU. Clemson's an early 2.5-point favorite there.
Ooh, that's a good game.
Go Tigers.
Clemson's going to win that.
Tickets are $213 if you want to go to that. Tennessee and Syracuse. Tickets are $102. No line on that game yet. Texas and Ohio State. $278 for that ticket.
Where's that at?
Wow.
That is in Columbus. Ohio State is a 3-point favorite in that.
How much is the damn ticket for that? Over $100 cheaper than Nebraska and Florida fucking State.
You mean Alabama and Florida State?
I don't know.
Well, I want to say that I'm pretty sure the tickets to that game are cheaper than the Tennessee-Ohio State game too.
Well, I think I know.
It could be. Hey, it could be expensive. Or did they disable some of the stands at Florida State? Are they doing something?
I think that's part of it, but I also think that the Popeyes down the road is where Octavian works, and he probably bought a shit ton of tickets and is spiking the prices.
No,
Octavian's passing them out with the 3 pieces, man. Everybody gets a ticket to Doak Campbell.
Let's see here. Okay.
We're missing Octavian, right? He must be working.
Florida must have lost today. Utah and UCLA in the Rose Bowl. $106 for that ticket. That's an interesting matchup. Northwestern and Tulane. Okay, that's in New Orleans. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the other valid games here. Georgia Tech plays Colorado, Jackpot. You're a sleeper team there in the ACC. $117 a ticket. I think Georgia Tech wins that outright. They're 3.5.
Yeah, Georgia Tech should beat that ass.
Well, what's Colorado bringing back?
Nothing.
Honestly, nothing, right?
Nope.
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
And is that in Atlanta? Or
no,
that's an early Rob lock right there. Georgia Tech beats that ass.
That's in Boulder.
Did you ever see? Did they post Georgia Tech's over under? Did they have any ACC picks on FanDuel? I know you went through the SEC.
We were talking about I think it was 8.5, something like that. With
Damn, 8.5.
Don't quote me. I got to look at it. It may have been 7.
No, I'm not holding it against you if it's not. I'm just surprised.
I think it was high though. I'll go and find it in a little bit. Coastal Carolina plays at Virginia. That game's in Charlottesville.
I think they beat Clemson this year.
Who? Tech?
Yep.
I would normally scoff at that, but I could buy that.
Undefeated regular season.
Rob, as the ACC insider, what's feeling? Because I know they had a really good recruiting class. I know they had a good transfer portal. What do you know? What's kind of fueling that? Because they definitely don't have the results.
Are you talking about Georgia Tech?
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
I mean, they took Bourbon to the run. They're a pretty good team. I mean, I don't think they're going to play for the conference, but I think Clemson could stub their toe and lose to them. I mean, they got a bit of players.
Well, I want to say they had like a top 20, top 15 class, and
a tough time in that bowl game. Now Vanderbilt beat that ass.
I'm saying.
All right, so the next game that we have is August 31st, South Carolina and Virginia Tech at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tickets are $101. Notre Dame and Miami, 7:30 on August 31st. Notre Dame is a 2.5-point favorite. If you wanted to go to Hard Rock Stadium, hopefully you don't get shot, but it's $168.
Catholics and the convicts.
Yep. And then the September 1st matchup. This is kind of a shitty match. Is September 1st Labor Day? I think it is. What a shitty matchup on Labor Day. TCU and North Carolina. You can go for $283 in Chapel Hill. I guess it's Bill Belichick's debut. North Carolina is a 2-point favorite.
That's the Chapel Bill effect.
Hey, how bad did TCU fall off after DeBoer left?
I think they were like 7-5 here.
DeBoer never coached at TCU.
Or was it Washington?
No, that's not. Their head coach left though, right? Am I making that up?
No, okay. They lost Garrett.
I made that up. Yeah, I must have got them confused with Washington. My bad.
I think we need to back up a minute. Tiger Red Devil said something for the book of accountability. Say it again, Tiger Red Devil.
I said this the other night too. Clemson goes undefeated in the regular.
All right.
Shut up.
I may be wrong, but I'm sticking to it.
Would you bet $1,000 on it?
Do you think that's
hell no? Hell no! I bet.
Nothing like confidence.
We're talking about TCU. I remember, and it's Clemson. Jackpot will probably remember this too. When TCU took an old redheaded kid named Andy Dalton into Clemson, and they beat Clemson.
I remember that.
The Red Rocket.
Jesus, what a shitty game that was. That Clemson ended up losing to TCU.
I take little Clemson losses like that. I pinpoint things in my life at that. It's like a little timeline of jubilation.
What was the timeline for the Pittsburgh loss?
Christopher Blewett.
Oh yeah, Blewett. Yeah, that was pretty sweet too. Blewett did it. Blewett nailed it
that year. Who won the national championship that year?
Well, you backdoored your way into the playoffs.
Who won?
Alabama.
No. No.
Alabama won the national championship in
The year we played TCU. No, we were fucking shitty.
No. I'm talking
about the Pittsburgh loss.
Pittsburgh
we won that game. You know, Deshaun Watson threw for like 530 yards in that game, and they still lost.
612 yards.
Well, they had Pickett. Am I mistaken? Did they have Pickett?
Yeah, they had Kenny Pickett. They had Kenny Pickett. They had James Conner and Christopher Blewett, Jackpot's favorite pit player.
Y'all had Deshaun Watson then? I thought that was a DJ year.
No, that was Deshaun. We lost that was the year we won our first.
I don't think that was Kenny Pickett.
No, Kenny Pickett. It couldn't have been Pickett.
It was Kenny
because Watson was before Lawrence, and no, it couldn't have been Pickett. Pickett was drafted in like 2019, 2020.
Okay,
so
that's 2016.
I don't know how you guys do it. I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
I'm thinking of the year Pittsburgh won the ACC. Didn't they beat y'all? That's the one I'm talking about. Did they beat y'all again?
No, they beat us. I'm talking about that. They beat us in the regular season the year we won with Deshaun Watson.
That quarterback for Pitt in that game was Peterman.
Nathan Peterman.
Nathan Peterman.
Okay. 43. Yeah, Pittsburgh won the game 43-42. Nathan Peterman threw for 308 yards and 5 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson threw for 580 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he had 3 picks.
That'll burn me.
3 picks. Yes.
And they didn't run for Wayne Gallman run for 36 yards.
I forgot about Wayne Gallman.
All passing. Yeah.
Hey, y'all wanna know some Clemson trivia? Who do you think is the leading yards per carry career holder in Clemson history?
Per carry?
Yeah, yards per carry.
Woodrow Dantzler?
No.
Yeah, I would go.
You'll never guess it.
What year did he play?
It's the leading yards per carry in career history in Clemson.
What year did he
play? If I tell you the year, it's going to give it away.
Early 90s by any chance?
Nope. You'll never guess it. I might as well just tell you. You're not going to guess
it.
Nope. Y'all want to know who it is? Tavian Feaster.
Yeah.
Tavian Feaster, I think it's like 5.7. He's the leader in yards per carry in Clemson history.
He was never even a starter. He was a backup.
I know. It's crazy, right? That's why I was like, y'all never guess it.
I remember him running like a 75-yard touchdown against NC State one year.
He did it against Virginia Tech, too. I was there. I loved every minute of it.
Well, hold on a second. How many carries did he have, Andrew?
I don't know. They ran. He had a good portion of that offense. He wasn't like
what I'm saying is he could have 10, 15 carries and had 7 or 8 80-yard runs.
He probably had about 10 or 15 carries per game. I mean, he wasn't. He saw the field.
Here you go. This is Jackpot's favorite kick right here. As Blewett does his thing here. Jackpot was cutting a back foot. Oh no, that's the block. I'm sorry. I was trying to get to the actual kick for Jackpot here because it was like.
Well, didn't that Missouri kicker who doinked it off the post have some goofy last name that kind of related to losing?
No, he was just a chunky kid.
When Connor Shaw beat him in overtime?
Yeah. I remember.
I think he had some goofy name. It was let me look it up. I'm gonna find it.
Okay.
Let's watch Jackpot get happy here. There's old
Shanks.
There you go, Jackpot. Here's Blewett.
Earlier, he missed an extra point in this game. And Pat Narduzzi puts his arm around him, gives him a kiss, and says, listen, I need you later. And he was there for him.
I talked to Narduzzi before the game and said, Coach, how comfortable are you? There's no win today. He said, you know what?
Look at that, man.
Because he nailed one from 56 last year. And if we had to do
it in
a situation, I'd let him go a couple of yards even further than that. He had a lot of confidence in that guy. You can see it on the last one.
Yeah, there you go.
That's okay. He won the Natty that year. Doesn't matter.
Well, I was just rubbing, giving a little salve on the wound. I mean, the Gamecocks got swept this week. I guess should have Jackpot something to keep him happy.
Oh, that's true. That's right, Rob.
It's bad. It's his name. I'll interject a little bit. His name was Andrew Baggett, and I'm pretty sure they were calling him Andrew Blewett after he hit the post. And
this kid's name really was Blewett, and he did his thing there.
Yeah, that's why it kind of struck like a connection in my head because they were calling that dude Blewett.
All right, we got to get on out of here, but hey, we appreciate you guys. Sure. Go ahead and do your thing, and I got one last thing before we get out of here. Hey, Billy, thank you. Let me just drop you guys off one by one. Billy, thank you, sir. Tiger Red Devil, thanks for sweeping for us this evening. Very good. Peckerhead, you got anything else to say?
School clean some way.
No, I'll just I'll leave you with this great stream, fellas, and give Rob their flowers. They won a worthless baseball series in the beginning of March.
Worthless regular season series.
Yeah, there's not even a trophy for it. I mean, nobody cares. Go Gamecocks, though. Lamont Paris, get your shit together, or I'm rioting.
Okay.
He just won yesterday.
I don't know. I mean, they won by 30. It's not good enough for him.
I don't think he watched yesterday.
He doesn't. He's fine. He's not watching. He was over there.
He's gone all the way from wearing the quarter zips in the streams to he doesn't even know what the score is now.
No, he texts me. He's watching the Underwear Olympics. He could give two shits about the basketball team. So, but anyway, Big Barney Ross is going to do the show with me next Sunday. So, yeah, there's that.
All righty.
So, Big Barney Ross do the show with me next Sunday. But Jackpot, we'll have our regular show on Wednesday. Anything else you want to do before we get out of here, Jackpot?
No, man. I was going to show the people too. I asked AI to draw me. I was just goofing around, and I asked it to draw me a picture of the Utz girl, the little Utz girl on the dum dum there on the bag of chips, wearing a South Carolina Gamecocks shirt. And this is what it drew me. That I don't know, but that's not a South Carolina Gamecock shirt. That's not really the little Utz girl, but I'm not exactly hating that.
The things that Jackpot comes up with.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's like, and it was weird. It was like some foreign Utz chips.
Oh, by the way, for Big Bonnie Ross, I forgot to tell you guys this. He did an interview. He did a review on, I think it's a $2,500 bottle of bourbon that's up on our website. It is the
what?
Yeah, Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. I don't know. I can't remember if that's the expensive one or not. But anyway.
Where in the hell do you get this shit?
I don't know. Big Barney Ross does the bourbon reviews. I think that's there we go. I'm putting the link in there now. Go and read Big Barney Ross's bourbon reviews if you're into that kind of thing. They're up on the website. And he talks about, this one is, the latest is on Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. And then he's also got a review on the Kentucky NIL.
I never knew that oak was a verb. We're oak.
Mm-hmm. He's also got the Kentucky NIL bourbon, which I whatever. And then everything from
probably some dusty ass bourbon.
Let me read the little piece of this that he wrote about it, because it's actually kind of funny.
That shit's dirty AF.
He says, let's see here. I went to the taste. This is what I discovered. For me, it was more of a USMC code red as opposed to a code blue. I felt like it beat my palate up with hot asphalt. It was rougher than a 25K ruck march. It was so harsh, I had to find out why. The label clearly states it was finished in old tequila barrels. The sniff sniff, yes, petroleum with a hint of fireplace soot.
There's such a thing as a tequila barrel?
Yeah, Big Barney Ross.
I'm learning all kind of shit today.
There is a bit of sweetness to it. Cherry, marshmallow, Vicks Formula 44D. The tequila note is throwing me off, kind of like biting into a lime peel. The aftertaste is rough. Basically, my palate, mouth, and pancreas is so numb I can't feel or taste the aftertaste. I'm not a big craft bourbon drinker for this very reason. I'd avoid this for 100 pesos. It's pretty rough. So anyway, Big Barney Ross with his bourbon reviews. There's the link for that. The Pick'em Challenge, sponsored by Callaway's. The Bracket Challenge is up and running. Get your stuff in now for that. We are 2 weeks from Selection Sunday. 2 weeks. All right.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, let's go to bed, guys.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later on.